First step we're going to take is we're going to save $1,000 for emergencies because things are going to break. You're going to get a ball through your window. Your refrigerator is going to break down. Your car is going to get a flat tire, and your kid is going to stick a marble up his nose, and you're going to have to go to the emergency room to try to get that thing out, okay? How are you going to get $1,000? I don't know, but you're going to get it. You're going to sell some stuff. eBay and Craigslist are now your best friends. Sell everything until the kids are nervous. Sell the cat, sell everything, okay? You may get a second job. You may clip coupons, not Groupon, coupons. Don't come home and say, oh, I saved 50% on a Brazilian butt wax on Groupon, okay? If you didn't know you needed it and you saw it on Groupon, you're not saving money, you're spending money, and you're going to save $1,000. The second thing you're going to do is what we call the debt snowball. Write that down. We're going to do the debt snowball, and now let me show you how it's done. What I'm going to show you is what finance legend and my good friend Dave Ramsey calls the debt snowball. This is the absolute best and fastest way to get unstrapped and to free yourself from the bondage of debt. What I'm about to cover with you is one of the most important things that you can ever learn about your personal finances. Are you ready? Let's do it. Look at the bottom of your notes and let's attack this together. Here's what we've got. This is an imaginary list of our debts, what we owe to others. In this sample list, you'll see the different people or businesses we owe listed in the first column. In the second column, you'll find the amount that's owed to each one. You see, we owe $450 to Lowe's for the power tools that we always wanted, $650 to Target for the cute top, the belt, the earrings, and the hat to match, plus the ketchup, Oreos, and pickles, and all the other things you craved when you were pregnant. We also owe $1,600 to our parents who let us borrow the money to replace our air conditioning unit when it went down, and so on. In the third column, you'll see the minimum payment. This is the minimum amount that we're required to pay each month, and we've been faithfully paying the minimum, but we are sick and tired of being strapped. So, what are we going to do? Again, what we're going to look at is something that could change your life forever. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to find an extra $200 a month. Now, you're probably thinking, where in the world am I going to find an extra $200 a month? And that's a good question. I don't know the answer to the question, but you will find it. You'll get very, very creative and find $200 extra a month. If you have to take a second job delivering pizzas, or if you have to eliminate your satellite television or your mobile data plan, or start brown bagging it, or skipping your $4 daily dose of overpriced caffeine, or whatever, you'll find $200 a month. And what you do with this $200 a month will change future generations. Here's how it'll play out. Let's start with Lowe's. We owe them $450. Your minimum payment, remember, is $50. Now, you'll pay them $50 and add to it the $200 that we just found, totaling $250 a month. And within a matter of only a couple of months, Lowe's is gone. Bye-bye, Lowe's. We'll never have to worry about that debt again. Now, we're going to let the money start to snowball away the debt. How will we do it? Now we're going to attack Target. We've already been paying Target $30 a month. Now we're going to take the $30 and add to it $250 a month. Now you may ask, where did we get $250 a month? You remember, we just freed up $250 a month because we paid off Lowe's. Now we're going to take that $250 and the $30, and together we have $280, and guess what? In just a matter of a couple of months, Target is gone as well, and the snowball is starting to get bigger. Now, let's take our parents. We're paying them $200 a month. We'll add to it the $280 that we freed up because we no longer have to pay Lowe's or Target, And now we've got $480 a month going to pay off mom and dad. Again, in a matter of a few short months, mom and dad are paid for, they're happy, we're happy, and we're going to take this money and let it grow every single month and apply it to the next debt that we owe, starting with the smallest amount of debt so we can knock it out and going piece by piece down to the largest. We're going to pay off all of our debt with the debt snowball. We're going to wipe out everything we owe but the house. Now, how will this benefit you in the long run? Let me show you something that is really, really amazing. If you just continue to pay minimum payments, like so many people do, if you're taking notes, write this down. It's going to take you 120 months to pay off your debt. That's 10 years before you pay off all this debt, and that's assuming you don't take on any more. Now, watch this. If you do the debt snowball, your payoff time is not 120 months, not 10 years, but instead only 21 months. That's a difference of 99 months of not paying any debt. Can you say, wow? Now, buckle your seatbelt and get ready for this. If you take $1,110, now, where do we get $1,110? If you look at the debt we just paid off, you freed up $1,110 a month in debt payments that you no longer have. If you take that money and invest it at 8% for that same 99 months that you would have been paying off your debt, at the end of that time period, guess how much money you'll have? You'll have $153,992.30. Check it out. In most parts of the world, what did that buy you? That will buy you a house paid for in cash, totally debt-free, including a house in only 10 years. You can do it if you'll get crazy with the debt snowball. Let no debt remain outstanding except the continual debt to love. We don't serve money, we serve God. Money serves us as we serve God. If you live like no one else, one day you can live like no one else. Man, I pray that fires you up and that you get a little bit excited about the possibility of not living a life strapped, that you can do this. With the help of God, as you're faithful to God, you can do this. But you got to get a little crazy. You got to get a little weird. You got to get focused. You got to get a plan. You got to have a sacrificial attitude. You cannot live like everyone else. The more passionate you get about this, the faster it can be done, and the more good decisions you're able to make. Now, this thing, it freaks me out what I see happen. I watch a lot of you just glaze over, and I can see it, because you think, I could never do this, and you don't want to do it, and my heart breaks for you. My heart breaks for you that you're going to sell out and live in bondage and in debt and unable to do what you want to do as the debt piles up and piles up and piles up over the years. I pray God speaks to you. I'm praying like I've never prayed because I can't convince you, but if God can convince you, it can be totally transforming. Some people whine and complain. Why are you talking about this in church? They didn't teach me this in school. I don't know where this is something that should be taught. Managing money is one of the most spiritual things that we do. It's one of the most visible, outward evidences of where our heart is spiritually, and what we do with what God trusts us with matters. If you're faithful with a little, God will trust you with much. Sacrifice, self-control, and planning, and you can make a huge difference. What do you think your life could look like one day with no credit card payments, no car payments, no student loan payments, maybe even you're so crazy, no house payments? What do you think you could do for the glory of God if you broke free from this world's broken system and lived for a while like no one else? So one day you could give like no one else, all for the glory of the one who gave his son Jesus just for you. It can be done. Have hope. Don't give up. Fight like crazy and watch as God delivers you from the bondage of debt.